We're glad you've slotted into our show. It's great having you on. And can I officially say that you are entering our dark side of the media? Is that what's happening with you?
I don't know if I want to claim it officially yet, but we'll have some announcements soon with some fun stuff coming down the pipeline. But more so just a way to stay connected. I think after a year of not playing, you kind of look at what you want to do, and I start to get that itch again, just to be connected, right, and just to be around the game. And I don't know if I'll be a great person to talk to all the time because I'm always going to side with a player, and the media doesn't always do that. So.
It's been my whole career. It's gotten me in trouble a few times.
Yeah, right.
Well,
I'm going to try my best.
Well, that's great. For me, when I was done playing, I was like, okay, well, I love the game. I want to stay, as you mentioned, connected. Is there anything else that you could see yourself doing within the game? Would you want to coach or manage, or what do you think the path is for you?
I'm still mapping the path out, I guess. I know what I'm going to be starting with here in a few weeks. So give me a taste of things for the next little while and see what, I guess, route I would like to take. I don't know that I want to travel anymore. I'm home and I got a 6 and a 4-year-old, and I'm really enjoying that process. He just started skating about 2 weeks ago. So I want to be around and I want to be part of all that and his journey. But, if I can find ways to do it where I can pick and choose my spots and then, be connected with guys like yourselves and other podcasts and whatever it might be, there's certainly an avenue.
Well, it certainly starts with just watching the games. And we certainly did that on Saturday night, a Battle of Ontario, something you're familiar with. Why don't we start there, Bobby, in just terms of what you saw? Let's start first with the Ottawa Senators. There's been so much built up over the new look of the Ottawa Senators, this young talent that's now secured for many years on big contracts. What's your overall feeling watching after, say, Saturday night on the Ottawa Senators?
Yeah. I thought they were in the game, obviously. And listen, those young guys that are there that we've talked about and said that they're going to take that step are needing to, but at the same time, they've played a lot of losing hockey. So at times it takes time to break those habits and build out of that. They got, some really great pieces around those now with with Giroux and some other older guys, the Brinkat coming in who can really help the team. I like where they're at. I know, reading on Twitter, there's a sense of panic already, but it's hard to develop much of an opinion after 2. I'm really looking forward to kind of checking back in after 8 to 10 and then having a better answer for everybody. But 2 games in, early hockey, a lot of things will settle down for guys in every category, whether it's speed and system and things like that. Then you can kind of get a feel for where guys are.
Bobby, it feels like the first step for franchises that are trying to dig out of some tough years is acquiring talent. They get some young guys who have ability and can score, but then it doesn't naturally translate into success the next day. It seems like there's sort of a growth period for those young guys to find themselves in the NHL. In your experience, what are those things that change from when you're a young guy that you kind of start to put together later in your career?
I think if you just learn how to, and it's such a cliche answer, but you learn how to be a pro every day. You learn how to go to the rink to get better. A lot of what they've been doing, and DJ said it really well last week, was, for a couple of years now, it's been about developing these guys, and the expectations haven't been there. Now it's the opposite, right? And that doesn't change overnight. I think DJ, I had him for, a year, and it was a different year for me, obviously, but I really thought that he was going to establish a culture there. I think he's doing it. I think that, I shouldn't say that. I think that he's done it. And now it's about bringing the guys that are going to reinforce the culture. And you brought in a guy like Claude. You brought in some other guys. You have that young talent ready to make a step. And everybody's just got to be on the same page. That's a big thing of it, right? Everybody has to be 100% committed to what the process is going to look like for the next 82 games. And then you see where you are. But I think that everything is in place for them to do that. I really like DJ. I wish I had him longer.
I think it's no secret that Dorian's been looking for a defenseman. I look at that blue line again Saturday night, and to me, I watched Jake Sanderson playing early this season, and I'm like, they're skipping the development part on him, and they're just going right into the, hey, play 22 minutes and bring your A game. And I don't know if it's too much too soon, and if you run the risk of of maybe, stunting the development.
Yeah, he hasn't looked out of place by any means, though. He skates so well. He defends well. He gets in the lanes. There was, especially being at that 5 pick or whatever, the 4 or 5 pick, there's that expectation that he's probably ready right away. I don't know what the long-term answer is, but, if I'm DJ and I'm looking at the overall game and I'm thinking, he's not out of place. Maybe we would see him playing 22, 25 in the AHL, and I don't know if that's great for him either, because he seems to be right in the middle of the two right now. But like I said, it's game 1 and 2, and he's just. I think he's going to keep getting better. I really like his game.
Obviously hurt Ottawa out of the gates, losing Cam Talbot to injury. Over here in Toronto, on this side of things, they just lost Matt Murray to injury, a guy who wasn't guaranteed to be a solution to their problems either. What are your thoughts on the difference a good goaltender can make for a team? And not really just, I guess, confidence, but can it change anything, structurally for a team? What is the difference when you've got someone you've trust back there versus right now? I think there's some question marks for the teams in net.
Yeah, I thought Murray might have just gotten the Brady flu, because I wouldn't want to stand back there with that guy on top of me all game either. So I was like, I don't blame him. We'll see him Sunday. But you get a guy that goes down. It's tough when, especially a team like Toronto, they're going to trade chances and they're going to play a run and gun style of game more so than they're going to play a 3-zone game, right? So you have to have that confidence that there's a goalie back there that's going to bail you out sometimes. They gave up some admin rushes in a couple games. I don't know. The only comment I guess I would make is that when you have a guy back there that's got 100% trust from the team, it allows guys to play looser up above the red line on the other side of the ice. So there might be some tightening up here in the next little bit. But the Leafs, they got Arizona tonight, and I think the Islanders coming in. With all that's going on, they have a chance to be 4-0 or excuse me, 3-1 actually after this. A lot of things will calm down if they start to win games early.
Right.